Hey, it's Jen with SitStayLiveHere.com. We showcase the underdogs across Connecticut. It is Thursday, June 25th, which means it's time for the weekly roundup. The weekly roundup is where we showcase all the dogs who became available for adoption in Connecticut Municipal Shelters, the ones we're aware of, and we put them right on the front page, create a whole bunch of content so you can get to know them and hopefully get them out as quickly as they came in. We've started something really fun called the Weekly Sponsor Give Back Spotlight, where we will be showcasing an individual, a group, any type of action that essentially is supporting local dogs in the community. And this week, we're giving a huge shout out to Girl Scout Troop 65181 in Coventry. They are setting up a pet pantry. And so they're doing a pet supply drive Sunday, June 28th at Booth and Dimmick Memorial Library in Coventry, and Sunday, July 5th at the Coventry Farmers Market, Nathan Hale. It's a huge market. So if you want to, go check it out, bring by some supplies for them, drop it off to help them get their bronze award and help dogs in the community, that would be amazing. So again, thank you so much, Girl Scout Troop 65181 in Coventry. That's really amazing work that you're doing for your community. We appreciate you so much. All right, so hopping right into the pups, we'll give you a quick little scroll down overview. There's a lot less dogs this week than there have been. I believe we have 21 as opposed to we've been averaging about 30, 35, I think. We also did have some really great adoptions this last week. Summer tends to be a little inside info. Summer apparently tends to be much slower for adoption because people are traveling and stuff like that. But if you're not, summer's a really great time because obviously the kids are home. You can work on training and routines and stuff like that, help the dog get acclimated before, back in school. And so if you're able to adopt, now is a really, really great time. And of course, you're always saving lives. So if we can help get these pups out of the shelter, that's always the goal. All right, let's start off with Scrappy. I think he's so perfectly named. This is Scrappy. Scrappy is in Hartford. Contact information for them is 860-757-4395. Scrappy is a 3-year-old terrier mix. He's a male, not neutered, and he's dog friendly. He loves walks, affection, and he's not hyper. Now, this is Scrappy. Looks like a little guy. Oh yeah, about 20 pounds, so definitely not a big guy at all. Now we have this beautiful German Shepherd named Blaze. Blaze is in South Windsor. He is a 3-year-old Shepherd. They are looking for someone with high-level Shepherd experience and no other animals in the home, no other dogs or cats. They say he's nervous meeting new people, and they do have very specific requirements for his adopter. So if you know someone that's a strong Shepherd handler, Shepherd lover, Blaze might just be the perfect fit for them. Again, Blaze is in South Windsor, 860-648-6239. Seriously, it just goes to show every type of dog, ends up in the shelter. There's such a stigma that it's only one type or bad dogs. But as we walk through this, you'll see it's you can get you can adopt all sorts of dogs. All right, this handsome hunk is Remy. Remy is in Stafford, 860-684-2382. He's a male, 4 years old, a Catahoula mix. He had a real rough start to his life, but they say that he is an absolute love. So he's incredibly sweet, affectionate, and eager to love. He's very high energy, so he'll thrive with an active family. They would love to see a securely fenced-in yard. No other animals, plenty of love, patience, and exercise is what he needs. So this handsome hunk is Remy in Stafford. Next, we have Denny. So Denny is actually not a new dog, but Denny ended up on the weekly roundup because Denny was unfortunately adopted and it didn't work out. So he's back at the shelter now looking for his, second, third chance. Denny's a wonderful dog. He's just, he just needs no other dogs, no other pets in the household, and he needs some obedience training. Once you get through that, you'll have, an absolute perfect companion. Look at that face, right? So Denny's a neutered male, 3 to 4 years old. Whenever we say breed not stated, that's just because this top section here, we only put in information that they provide, that the shelter directly provides or the ACO directly provides. The only exception to this is we have a filter as we work on making the directory searchable. We have a filter, that says bully breeds. Not everybody is comfortable with a bully breed, and that's okay. We want to help dogs be seen And if you don't like bully breeds and you do a quick search and all you get back, you keep seeing bully breeds, you're going to give up on the search. We don't want that. We want you to find the dog that's the right fit for you. So we will add that filter in if we believe it's a bully breed or whatnot. That's the only time we insert our opinion into anything, here on this website. Other than when we do videos in the commentary, like, oh, this sweet boy. Obviously, we're just saying what they look like. We don't have any firsthand knowledge of them, so we have to go by, what the experts know. So, anyways, Denny is in Guilford, 203-453-8061. I would love to see this pup in a long-term permanent home. They say he's just a love, and his little sad face makes me so sad. Look at that happy mug. All right, so that is Denny in Guilford. Now we have Sweet Pea in Burlington, who just tears at my heartstrings. She's just terrified. Lord knows what she's been through. She's incredibly scared of the world around her. She needs someone very patient, very understanding. She is a female. They don't state her age or her breed. They do say no other animals. She just needs to decompress and adjust, and then I guarantee once that happens, you'll see a whole new dog underneath. My soul dog was just like this. Her name was April, and she had been very badly abused as a puppy, and she actually had to have a leg amputated because of abuse. She's terrified of everyone. Once she came out of her shell, oh my God, look, man, she ran this house. She was something special. Sweet Pea is going to be something special for someone as well. So Sweet Pea is in Burlington, 860-960-6600. So definitely, if you think you're the right fit for Sweet Pea, go get that girl. I'd love to see her out of the shelter. Heading back to Hartford, we have Wilma. I just think she's beautiful. She is a 8-year-old bully, not spayed. She is dog friendly. They say she's good with dogs, unknown about cats, good with kids she met, loves walks, affectionate. Hold on. All right. So anyways, this is Wilma in Hartford, 860-757-4395. She's getting up there in age, so those dogs tend to sit a little bit longer. I personally love that age. I think like 7-8 is just chef's kiss perfection. I love that age. All right, this is silly. I can't even look at this photo without laughing. This is Silly Paws. Silly Paws is a male. He's under a year old, Dane Lab mix. He's dog friendly, 9 months old, complete goofball, great with dogs, affectionate, good with kids. I mean, just a fantastic dog. So Silly Paws is in Hartford, 860-757-4395. I do not expect him to last long. I think he'll get snatched up right away. He's just beautiful. All right, we had a lot of seniors come in this week, which just breaks my heart. So this is Bandit. Bandit is 10 years old. He is in New London. He's a husky. He's dog friendly. He's a neutered male. I love the little tracks on his nose. I just want to kiss each and every one of them. Because he was abandoned by his owner outside of their park. She had posted some info about him on social media, so they know some basic details. He's current on vaccinations, neutered, negative for heartworm. He's on prevention. Typical husky, still has some energy, so I'm sure he likes to sing the song of his people. Obviously not really sure about cats, but they housebroke him at the shelter, and they're having some difficulty getting him to eat, and he's not really interested in toys. So, this pup he just needs a soft place to land. This is Bandit in New London, 860-447-5231. Such a stunning boy. All right, here we go. Classic example if you get all types of dogs in shelters. Look at this little fluff ball with the big ears. This pup this is actually a new shelter for us. This is, I'm going to say it wrong. Don't come for me. I live in Connecticut. I've lived here my whole life. But I'm from the Hartford area. So Darien, feel free to correct me in the comments. Come for me. That's fine. Just share the dogs. You can laugh at me all you want. Just help the pups find a home. They just not much information about her. Little girl's now available for adoption. She was advertised, never claimed. Sweet but a little timid. Will need some time to adjust. She's clearly hiding behind a desk here. And again, this is in Darien, 203-662-5345. I actually learned about her from the ACO in Fairfield. And so when I did some digging, I called and left a message for the ACO in Darien, but it was late yesterday. So I did not hear back to confirm that this pup was still available. So I make no promises, but I know she's just gonna, the phone is gonna ring off the hook over there. So anyways, that's a beautiful pup. All right, Herschel. I love the name, in Ledyard. Herschel is also not a new dog, but it's a new circumstance. So Herschel came into the shelter with another dog named Dottie. They're down in Ledyard, 860-464-9621. They originally had thought, they kind of went back and forth whether Dottie and Herschel should stay together. And they've been there for a while now. Let's see, they've been there, yep, February of 2026. So Herschel and Dottie, they were found at a gas station at a real rough start. And there were definitely some, I don't want to say behavioral issues, because that's not what I mean. Like, they were debating whether or not they brought up the best in each other. And so through working with a trainer, they've decided that it is best to separate them. So we're reintroducing Herschel on his own. Dottie's going to be getting some, some training, some care, some specialized whatnot, and then she'll be available for adoption again in the future on her own. But right now, Herschel is available, and he's a fantastic dog. I mean, he had a rough start, so he, needs a little. They all do. They say he clearly was not socialized well as a puppy. He's learning, but he is 2 to 3 years old. Jack Russell Terrier mix. If you know, you know. Bless you. For those of you that I'm good with bullies. I can't handle a Jack Russell. They say he is dog friendly. Like, he met another dog, Greg, a terrier mix. He absolutely loved him. They did great. Obviously, any dogs would have to do like a meet and greet. But this is Herschel. Herschel should get out of the shelter. He's been there for a long time. He's a great pup. 860-464-9621. Herschel is in Ledyard. Let me point out, by the way, obviously, we look at these dogs. You can drive across Connecticut in 2 hours. So, I mean, if you live up in the Northwest Hills and there's a pup in Litchfield, or the Northeast, the Quiet Corner, and there's a pup in Litchfield, that's worth it. Like, Connecticut's not a large place, I mean, you could drive across it in 2 hours. So, take a week. It's definitely worth it to find the perfect fit. All right, headed to New Haven. It was so nice to see a new pup pop up in New Haven. I know they're just absolutely swamped and overwhelmed, but we've had the same 2 dogs shown as available for adoption, May and Mila, for the longest time, and we'd love to really help boost that visibility. So New Haven has Arlo. He's got that perfect little pity pout, the one that, no, you can't ever say no to him. He's a male, 1 to 3 years old. Again, the breed not stated thing. Everybody knows. Other dogs unknown. When it says other dogs unknown, that simply means that they haven't tested him with another dog. That doesn't mean he's good or bad. It just means it's unknown. So don't take that to be any kind of anything at all. They say he's a handsome pup looking for his forever home, estimated to be about 1 to 3 years old, easy to walk, fairly low energy, fully vaccinated, ready to meet you. As if, and obviously we want them out as soon as possible. If a dog stays in the shelter longer, their profiles will be much more robust. There'll be a lot more, details here about them as they share more information. So the weekly roundup, they're generally very, very generic, just some real basic information. So don't let that dissuade you. This is Hemi in Woodbridge. I was so happy that Rudy had gotten adopted in Woodbridge, and I took a nice deep breath for them, and then I refreshed the page and realized they weren't taking a deep breath, because here's Hemi. Hemi, there's some basic information here about Hemi, up to date on rabies, distemper, bordetella, loves being outside, loves water, enjoys car rides, loves love and affection. Patience, she will blossom. So she was abandoned in the middle of a busy intersection. Female, age not stated, breed, and just a beautiful little pup there. And that is at Woodbridge, which is 203-389-5991. And that, oh, I'm sorry, I don't think I gave you New Haven's number. 203-946-8110 is the number for New Haven. All right, now another senior. This one's so hard. So this is Jaden in Meriden. Jaden is 13 and a half years old. 13 and a half years old. He was surrendered after his owner could no longer keep him. I guarantee you that was not something that was done easily. I guarantee you that was not an easy choice. The times we live in are just so hard, but now a 13 and a half year old Bichon Poodle dog is in the shelter in Meriden. They're wonderful there. They'll take great care of him, but let's get him out. Main criteria is he needs regular professional grooming. They think he may be a bit hard of hearing, but he can hear other dogs barking. He was pee pad trained. Sometimes if a pad's not available, he may have an accident in the house. So, make sure you have a pee pad down. He is, I said the thing about regular grooming. Sorry, I just got distracted thinking about a senior in the shelter. It just hurts my heart so much. All right, loves other dogs, fine with cats. I see he may have some resource guarding issues with treats due to being teased with food when he was younger. It's a really great little dog. Needs to go to a home with children 12 and older just because of those little things. I think he recently had a dental. Probably has to eat soft food. Was that him? Yeah, eat soft food, but he loves it. So that's give me soft. I'll eat mac and cheese all day, every day. No problem with me. All right, Ella. Assuming this is not stated anywhere, I'm assuming this pup came from the same household. Ella is a spayed female, 7-year-old Yorkie, dog friendly. What a beauty. I mean, I hope they all get snatched up right away, but they said she's sweet and silly little girl who will jump right up in your lap for attention. She has a type of hair that will continue to grow. She'll likely need professional grooming at times to keep her from getting matted. She's a little love bug. She has dry eyes. She is listed as tagged as medical on the directory just because she needs eye drops. They say it costs about a bottle of medication costs about $70. Says she's very easy at getting it, no problem at all, and small price to pay, for such love. So she is 7 years old. That is Ellen Meriden. I'm sorry, I don't think I gave you the number. 203-235-4179. That's for Ella and Jaden. They're both in Meriden. All right. Heartbreak of the day. I'm just going to play this for you. I'm just going to play this. Hold on. Let me fast forward so you can hear it. Ugh, the little woos. All right, that's Colby. Colby is in Trumbull. Ugh, I cried over Colby last night. Colby's 16 years old. He's a pug Frenchie mix. He's dog friendly. Um, he's lived with other dogs. Would enjoy the company of a calm female pup. Meet and greet required. He's in his golden years. He's hoping for a quiet home without young children where he can relax, feel safe, enjoy life's simple pleasures. I spent many years using pee pads in his home. May need a little patience and guidance. If you're adjusting him to a new routine, he's 16. Just give the boy a pee pad. It's not that big a deal. 203-452-5088. Colby is at Trumbull. He is 16 years old. The reason I cried over him is, well, forget the fact that he's 16. But Trumbull also has Paco. Paco's been there since March of 2026. Paco's a 13-year-old Chihuahua. Or her Chihuahua. Is he? Yeah, Chihuahua mix. So Paco and Colby, it's like the senior citizen home up there, and it just breaks my heart. His little woos just make me so sad. I'm not a small dog person, but oh my God, they gut wrenching. All right, heading over to West Haven. West Haven is hard. We don't have a lot of information on their profiles just because they don't have a lot of time or ability to be able to post things on social media. And so their profiles are kind of underdeveloped. We've reached out as we, get larger. We're going to try to see how we can help more, with that. That is not their fault. I mean, their job is to care for the dogs and, to respond to the calls in town. Everyone is swamped. So Holly is a senior dog. She's 10 years old. Breed not stated, dogs unknown. She has a tumor in her chest. She's been deemed stable. It's something she's lived with for years. She also has a sensitive stomach, so she's on prescription diet food. That's not that big of it. It's easy to get, especially nowadays with like Chewy and stuff like that. She's been through so much. We'd love to see her in a home, to live out the rest of her time. Again, West Haven they're full. They're just absolutely full. And the website or you somewhere and you see a dog and there's no info on it, don't just scroll past. I mean, those are the dogs that probably need the most. West Haven has had a pup that's been here for 2 years, I believe. So, so important. Please check out the ones that may not jump out the most. They have 2 other dogs also. This is Lola. Lola's a sweet 4-year-old girl. Be a little nervous initially meeting new people, quickly warms up. She does have a skin infection. She also looks a little skinny here. It's probably just the angle of the photo, but she's clearly been through something. 203-937-3642. Phone number for West Haven. It's really hard being a dog in a shelter. It's really hard being a black dog in a shelter. They definitely said the longest. This cutie patootie is Daisy May. She's about 2 years old. She's going to be getting a grooming real soon. I fully expect this kennel to free up pretty quickly. They say she'll be groomed soon, feeling a lot better. She's a true lap dog, so hopefully she gets into a new home immediately. So again, West Haven, 203-937-3642. She is Daisy May. All right, rounding out the last few, we have Samson, a boy after my own heart. Samson is a blue nose pitty. He's about 7 years old. He's neutered, up to date on rabies. Other dogs unknown. Again, unknown just means that they haven't had the opportunity to test them with another dog. Doesn't mean they're good or bad. Sammy, much like most of America, struggles with anxiety and takes Prozac. Been helping him. Maybe wouldn't need it in the home. Obviously, that's something you would discuss with your veterinarian, but certainly if it helps, then fantastic. He loves to be outside. He loves to be with people. So if you're around a lot, if you have the ability to, take your dog places with you, that sort of thing, be with him a lot, then Sammy might be the perfect match for you. So he isn't looking for a perfect family. He's looking for his family. In return for your patience and understanding, he'll reward you with unwavering loyalty, love, and a lifetime of companionship. Such a beautiful pup. So this is Samson, neutered male, 7 years old, blue nose pit. He is in Southington, 860-378-1600. All right, another little senior here. This is Minnie. Minnie is in Cheshire. Basic info, she's female, 10 years old. She's a Maltese and dog friendly. Minnie will fly off the shelves over there in Cheshire. Cheshire's 203-271-5590. And lastly, also in Cheshire, we have Oreo. Oreo is a 1-year-old pup, dog-friendly, female. Basic information here, up to date on vaccines. Great with cats, great with kids. Oreo will fly off the shelf as well. All right, so Oreo, Cheshire, 203-271-5590. If you'd like a chance at adopting, one of these, when I say like they'll fly off the shelf, go fill out an application right away. Before you call and leave a message, fill out an application, let them know you're serious. And then once your application's on file, of course, I believe it stays good for, generally like 6 months or something like that. So at least that's a good way to get started with it. Again, we would like to give a huge shout out and thank you to Girl Scout Troop 65181 in Coventry for building a pet pantry and helping support their local dogs in their community and other pets as well. So thank you so much. This is sitstaylivehere.com. We showcase the underdogs across Connecticut. Thank you so much for saving local because their lives depend on it. We appreciate each and every one of you. Have a great day.